Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the midst of a great conflict going on right now between a scrappy underdog and an all powerful being. And I, for one, think this is going to change the course of American history depending on the winner of this fight. I think it's such an important story that I decided to open up with it. Kyril, how
Yes.
do you feel about this conflict?
I I find it hard to get personally invested, but it has been interesting reading some of the nuances on either side.
Interesting. Do you know what conflict I'm referring to?
I have a pretty good idea.
Kong versus Godzilla, baby!
Mm-hmm.
I'm the infamous Ryan Schmo.
I'm Carl and I'm a Schmo.
And power to the players. Welcome to the Two Schmo Show.
To
What a
the
week.
moon!
To the moon!
It's been weird.
It feels like we're living in a meme.
We are. We just are.
Yeah, this is absolutely weird because the internet just took over the stock market.
Yep.
So, if you've been living under a rock, GameStop is a Fortune 500 company all of a sudden.
Uh-huh. Has
And
AMC gotten big too?
I
Big
hear,
enough?
let me check their stock price.
We'll get into that. We're jumping ahead. I'm jumping ahead here. That was more just me being curious. Yeah. So Reddit, specifically the Wall Street Bets Reddit, decided to basically call Wall Street on their bluff and have been wrecking a bunch of hedge funds by forcing the price of GameStop to go up.
Yes. And it is fucking
It's been
brutal.
pretty great. What is GME at?
Oh, shit.
Give me the 1 month.
Oh, wow, it's been
There we
going
go.
down.
That's better. Yeah, it's gonna.
Yeah.
It the thing with it though is that it doesn't super matter how low it gets because as long as it's above, where's the 6 month? What? No, 6 month, not 1 day. As long as it stays above like $20, it really doesn't matter.
Fair enough. So, for those of you that don't know, again, living under a rock,
Somehow.
there was some hedge funds that decided they wanted to influence the economy a little bit, and they borrowed a whole bunch of stock against GameStop, hoping that the price goes down so they can buy back the stock and give it back to their borrowers. Um,
Yeah. Which is honestly a very reasonable assumption because like GameStop has been trending down and was pretty well expected to go into bankruptcy pretty soon.
yes.
Anyways, they recently did bring on, like, this is separate from all of this. They brought on a new CEO recently who is known for um, either turning around failing companies or closing them out in as good of a way as possible for the shareholders. Um, and it's the whole thing's kind of weird because of that. I have my doubts as to how organic this whole thing is.
What do you mean?
If well, because it's weird, it's so drastic that to see it happen so abruptly the way it did is just kind of crazy. And
It.
it feels manufactured in a way to me because of that.
Hmm. I don't know. I think it blew up way out of proportion. I think if Wall Street just kept their fucking mouth shut and didn't talk about it, it would have worked out a lot better on their part.
I
Because
don't know.
the more you draw attention
So
to,
here's the question I have
yes,
because okay, so let's back up to like what this whole thing is about. The whole idea here is that a number, I'm pretty sure it's more than one hedge fund, um, which is essentially the people who manage very rich people's money
Yes.
in large scales. They are the people who make the financial decisions for those people in order to make the money. They can do that through long investments by just acquiring stocks that are expected to continually go up at a higher rate than an average stock would. Or they can do that in what they did here by short investments, by shorting stocks. In this case, what they do is they essentially borrow a certain number of a stock that they think is going to go down in price. So, say let's make a fake example here. Let's say in August, you borrow 1,000 shares of a stock at $10. You've essentially borrowed $10,000. You then immediately sell that stock at its $10 price that day for that $10 price. You get $10,000. So you have $10,000. And in 6 months from now, you have to then give that person their 1,000 stocks back plus interest, the interest that they would have normally accrued over that period of time. So you're hoping in 6 months the stock is worth, say, $7, because then you can buy back 1,000 for $7,000 and give those 1,000 shares back to that person, and you've essentially just made $3,000 by doing nothing
Yep.
after the various costs and stuff that go on with that. What's happened here is that people caught wind of this, and they caught wind of it in a pretty dramatic fashion, because in this case, it's not $10,000 we're talking about. This is a hedge fund that I'm trying to remember how the actual math that works out, but they have put billions of dollars in these shorts, billions of dollars on the line, expecting the price to come down to make these huge gains in returns. And they did it at ridiculous rates, where they were essentially, it was something like mathematically impossible with what they were doing, but because their lending credit was good or whatever bullshit, they were allowed to get away with it. It came out to Wall Street Bet. Someone posted about it who had the information, was able to put it in a way that people could digest it. It came out that this was happening, and Wall Street Bets decided to basically call their bluff in this case
Yes.
and force the price to raise. And what we've seen over the last month is that the price of GameStop went from about $17 to a peak of over 400, and right now it's at 240, which means that these people who bought $1 billion worth of GameStop back 6 months ago or whatever now have to pay, what is that, 12 times that. They have to pay back billions of dollars extra, as well as the interest of it on the new prices. And it's causing these hedge funds to have to pay back hundreds of billions of dollars in these loans that they took when it all works out in the end. And this is not a new thing. This isn't like something that Wall Street Bets made up. This is called a short squeeze, and it's something that's happened in the past. When Wall Street does it, though, they're praised for their ingenuity. When Reddit now does it, they're being called criminals, which is kind of funny
Oh,
to
it's
have that
hilarious.
difference in it. But yeah, that's the gist of it. These hedge fund managers picked up what should have been very safe investments, but because of their greed, they made them incredibly risky. People found out en masse. People started buying GameStop stock to force the price up. Now it's at the point where they have to pay back their loans, and they're losing huge amounts of money.
Yes.
It's also come out that there are similar short positions that these people have put out on, AMC was the other one that I've heard is mostly confirmed. And there's been a couple of other things on the side that have been more memes than actual stock, real stock things, like Dogecoin. Dogecoin went up because Elon Musk responded to a tweet about it. He didn't even actually say the word Dogecoin, I don't think. But because Musk said it, it's a thing.
Daddy Musk.
Have you seen the margins on some of the Dogecoin things though?
No. Go on.
I know someone in one of the discords I'm in there, a British who bought $25 of Dogecoin in 2017. So $25. and they've just sat on it. When they bought it, Dogecoin was at like a fraction of a penny.
Oh,
Now, Dogecoin peaked at 8 cents per Dogecoin. It's down to like 2 or 3 cents now, but it peaked at 8. They sold when it was at about 4, and they got back by selling their $25. They got back about $3,500,
that's not fair. He fucking knew memes were
which
going to
is
save him.
yeah. No, this person forgot they had it.
Oh shit.
It was like they bought it because it was a dumb meme in 2017 when the Bitcoin and crypto bubble was happening because it was funny because it was Dogecoin is an objectively funny meme. The fact that it has any value at all, given how easy it is to make more of it. So they bought some as a joke, forgot about it, saw it again, was like, wait a minute, I think I have a shitload of that now, and they did. And that has been the other side of this GameStop thing is that it has I don't know if it's right to say changed people's lives because the kind of people who had money to invest in any significant way in this kind of already had strong financial positions to start with.
Yes.
But there are people who have made, a pretty damn good hustle last week by doing this, turning $500 into a few grand.
Man, I really wish I was in on this,
Yeah.
but I'm too fucking safe with my money.
Well, yeah, so that's the thing with for me that why it kind of stinks in my mind because the vast majority of people like let's Wall Street Bets is not that big. They've exploded as a result of this. But going into this, it's not like there's millions of people over there. There's a lot of people, not that many. And the idea that this is like the little guy tackling Wall Street is kind of hilarious to me. And I saw one where this person invested like 50 grand at the start and they have like $19 million now. Like, I'm sorry, the kind of person who is, maybe not our age, but pretty damn close, in their 30s or 40s, and has 50 grand that they can just invest on a whim is not exactly the poor, if you get what I mean.
Um, According to those hedge fund managers, they are quite poor.
Yes, perspective wise, they have much less wealth, but
Yeah.
it's not like this is the little guy taking on the mega corporations. This is the 2% taking on the 0.01%. It's been kind of skewed to make it look differently than it really is, and it kind of bugs me.
I fucking love that. I love that. That was the best way of describing this at all.
Yeah. And the
Oh,
other thing that kind of stinks for me is that like it doesn't stink as in it's like it's bad, it's like it seems weird is I don't believe that social media picked this up as quickly as it did without outside influence. I would not be surprised to learn that somebody with millions of dollars at the start of this learned about these shorts, thought, you know what, I can double my money if we can just push these shorts up at all. I'll make a big stink on Reddit. I'll make a big stink on Twitter. I'll spend a few grand on some bots to make it really catch on. And we'll go from there and see what it goes. I think it just got away from him. I would not be surprised if that is what actually happened here
you
because
know,
it just doesn't seem organic as quickly, even with like how viral things go. This just went way fast
this went beyond
for
viral.
what it is. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's like it's completely on another level.
yeah. This is straight up just a fucking news story. And it's,
Yep,
internet shit posting doesn't go to a straight up news story. This isn't like,
yep,
my friend and I at work were describing this as like the He Will Not Divide Us, where, it's
yep,
internet stupidity leaking into the real world and it's causing all stupid things to happen. That did not get news traction like this does. And
yep.
let's face it, I'm almost certain no one. Okay, the fact that we don't have. I, I, I don't know how to describe my feelings about this, but I'm certain your perspective is probably right on this.
It's really weird when you look at. I would love to know more of the details about the specific shorts these hedge funds took out, because if you look at the price of GameStop, it has like looking at the 5-year trend since the start of 2020, it's been pretty damn stable at like it goes up and down two, three, $4, $5, but until like October, it's stuck in at that pretty solid price. And then from October, it just starts to go up and up and up and up and up. And even like before this huge bubble, at the end of December, it was already up to $20. In the last 3 months, it had tripled in its price. It's not like these at that point, I feel like depending on when these shorts were taken, I can't see them making their money back on those shorts in the first place
You know what?
because
I'm
it doesn't
actually
make sense.
big brain here. Ready? The
Yeah,
fu-
go for it.
You know how you said that CEO of GameStop they just hired is known
Yep.
for, you know, helping poor businesses like that?
Yep.
It's all him.
I I have thought that too, but I don't think so just because he generally like in the times that he's been known for that in the past, he did it just by like making good decisions, which is kind of rare, you know?
Oh yeah.
But yeah, the whole thing's weird.
It's really fucking weird. I'm not sure what to think
There has
about
been
it.
some really good memes to come out of it, though.
Like what? Oh yeah, like the fucking
Uh,
I never thought
just in general.
I'd die on this hill right next to a redditor.
Yes. Daddy Musk is gonna take us to the moon. What the fuck?
I love it.
Legitimately, like that is the differences in some of these people. That's like that's Twitter responding to Reddit right there.
Oh hell
That's
yeah.
it's like Wall Street Bets is just like praise Daddy Musk, and then Twitter's just like, yeah, fuck hedge funds. And then they're just like, wait, who are you again? What?
I love it. I really
Yeah.
want like more of that shit. I love it when the cross-platform
Mhm.
fandoms interact.
Yep. So right now, this is the I do not want to subscribe to Market Watch. Apparently more than half of the short positions have now been paid back. So AMC is the one that is being targeted next. Where are they at?
I think they're at $20 right now.
AMC is at 14.
Oh shit.
AMC stock. Let's go 6 months. Yeah, they've spiked massively too. They peaked at about $20, but it's fallen off pretty badly at the close.
You know what this has taught me?
What's that?
Wall Street absolutely has no fucking influence over the economy.
No, no, they don't.
No.
And it goes the other way too. The economy has no influence on Wall Street. You know, if you look at the last year under COVID, the stock market in general has continued to climb higher and higher and higher, regardless of what people are actually dealing with. You know, we had 40 million unemployed people over the summer, and the stock market was hitting new highs.
Oh yeah. Well, isn't just Wall Street based off a confidence thing and how much money people are pouring into business, like as a stock, and not how much the business has as a net worth?
Yes and no.
Damn.
It's like it does depend because that is the idea of it. That's how it started, but it's turned into a much more speculative investment than I think it was intended to when the stock market was conceived.
Fair enough.
I mean, that was the idea. It's just that people have been in any way that they can looking to affect that. Let me see if I can find a Dogecoin chart. Dogecoin price.
To think our
Google doesn't track crypto.
grandparents' like big stock market fiasco is the Great Depression. Ours is just fucking memers.
Yeah. memes. Give me 1 year. Yeah, so this is that's actually really dumb how fast that spiked. Because
What,
Dogecoin
Dogecoin?
spiked entirely because of a tweet from Elon Musk. I'll send you this. Um, Dogecoin has a $4.8 billion market cap. What the fuck?
That's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, it's the exact same kind of spike. It's just on a completely different scale. This is the penny slots equivalent.
Yeah. This is
Um,
literally.
so yeah, Dogecoin has been sitting at about a quarter of a cent for the last year, and then it exploded to 8 cents, which is like, that doesn't sound that much, but that's still 32 times increase in price.
I'm sorry, but when I think of Dogecoin, I just keep thinking of like Doge, like the meme. And it just,
No, that is exactly what it is.
oh, I know. It just blows my mind to think about how that fucking yellow dog has become
Yeah.
worth 8 cents.
Yep. Yep.
Holy shit. There's a guy
I
I
will
work
send
with
you
who's like
and
super into
Dogecoin.
Bitcoin right now.
Yeah.
And he heard about Dogecoin. He's like, "What's a Doge? What's a Dogecoin? Is that a country or something? What kind of
Oh
crypto is
my
that?"
god.
Yeah.
What kind of crypto is that? If you haven't, I highly recommend looking up John Oliver's piece on cryptocurrency
Oh yeah.
because there's some really dumb names out there. He has a recurring gag that he does on his show where he'll throw out a bunch of names of things and it'll be like, and I bet you can't even tell which one's the fake one, kind of thing. And he sets up a gag like that for cryptocurrency names with things like Dogecoin. And one of them is Deep Onion, and the punchline of the joke is that all of them are real. Even we couldn't come up with a dumber name than Deep Onion because people will make a cryptocurrency out of literally anything for no reason
Can we make our
because
own
they can.
crypto?
Technically, yeah,
Oh.
the software that you need to do it is open source.
Oh
Whether it
shit.
actually works is another thing, but yeah, anybody can start one whenever they want.
I'm going to make this show so much fucking fake money. What should it be called? Schmuckles?
Schmoes.
Schmo schmeckles. I like that.
That's
Schmo
not hard to
schmeckles
say at
schmo
all.
problems. Hmm. Maybe I should make a cryptocurrency called bitches and be like, "How many bitches you got?"
You got no bitches.
You ain't got no bitches. Oh, I love it. Oh, fuck, our economy's a joke. In a good way.
Absolutely is. Eh. I wish my economy wasn't a joke in any way, but we can dream.
We can dream. Oh, did you see fucking even got AOC and Ben Shapiro to finally agree on something because of this?
I, I did. Did you see her response to Ted Cruz?
Oh yeah, it was fucking brilliant.
Yeah. AOC put out her tweet basically saying that they were going to start investigating it was like the good part of it. They were starting to investigate like why they're putting in a motion for Congress to investigate why the actions of Robinhood, one of the major like little guy trading platforms, why it was that they were restricting trading in a potentially uncompetitive way. And Ben Shapiro, of course, agreed with that, which kind of makes sense.
Oh yeah.
And Ted Cruz responded to her tweet basically saying like, yes, I agree and I would like to join. And she basically came back with fuck out of my replies. I don't want to hear you after you tried to have people kill me 3 weeks ago.
Which good on her.
Yes, like absolutely that is the correct take here. And it's also just funny to see people shit all over Ted Cruz very deservedly.
At this point, I think he's got some kind of humiliation fetish.
I wouldn't doubt it. It would go really well with Shapiro's AOC foot fetish.
Oh yeah, no, I remember a whole
If
bunch
you
of
see
people
if
calling
you
him a
seen that, you
simp.
know that's a meme, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. To be clear, there is nothing that confirmed. There's never it has not been confirmed whether or not Ben Shapiro actually wants pictures of AOC's feet, but it makes for a good meme.
It really does.
It's the same way with the guy who tased himself in his balls and died. No one knows if he tased himself in his balls, but it's funny to say that he did. So, it's the internet. People are gonna say it because it's funny.
Oh hell yeah, man! There's like real history, confirmed history, and speculation
Yeah.
history is just fucking better.
It's it's like a real-time version of drunk history.
Oh shit. Ugh.
Um so yeah, that takes kind of neatly into the fallout of it. Most of it from Robin Hood, notably, and a few other. I don't even know what to call them because they're not really platforms. It's kind of weird. Robinhood, if you don't know, is an application, a broker that you can sign up for, you can make an account for, you can transfer funds to, that will then let you trade stocks.
Yes.
It started at least under the guise of being a commission-free site where anybody can use it and trade stocks for the most part without having to pay any fees at all. And their piece of it was that it sort of gives them information as to what people want, as well as more it's general information that they can sell, like any free app does. As this started to explode and we got closer and closer to the short positions coming due, Robinhood started taking some actions that people viewed as sort of nefarious, I guess you could say. People didn't like it because, and some of this, to be clear, some of what they were doing was well within their rights to do, well within their terms of service. Other things is when it starts to get questionable. So, one thing you can do on Robinhood is buy stocks on margin, which is
Yes.
you basically are getting a loan from Robinhood to hold a stock. Ideally, according to their terms of service, you can then use your own money to then buy those stocks all fully out. But until then, a Robinhood is basically the owner of those stocks still. They just have your name associated with them in their records. And Robinhood made the decision to start selling anybody who bought GME on margin. They started selling them, which is really shitty to do, but well within their rights. What starts to get grayer is that they were apparently restricting anyone from buying more than one share of GME for an extended period of time. And then that starts to get into problems. And that's why we're starting to see people call for an investigation into their actions because that could be argued to be market manipulation as well, which would be something the FEC, the SEC. I always get the FCC and the SEC mixed up in my brain. Communications versus commerce. The
Yes.
F the SEC, Stock Exchange Commission, um, investigates things like that and can issue fines accordingly. Hopefully, they will. There was a couple of other trading platforms that had similarly shady things happening with them. And when you start to look at it, it makes sense. These platforms are owned by large, basically hedge funds. They have a personal vested interest in it, so they're going to do whatever they legally can to and protect their own assets. But it is still pretty shitty.
Oh hell yeah. Free market for the win, am I right, fellow Americans?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh shit. Oh, what a nightmare.
Yeah, very entertaining to watch, though. It's like a horror movie, a horror comedy, where it's funny for everyone who's not the victim.
I think you just described Dr. Phil. Now listen here, Mr. Noob Squatter number 15. I'm here to tell you buying GameStop stock is not a good idea, okay?
Yeah.
Mm.
I saved let me see if I can find it real quick. I have Reddit open, I think. I thought I saved this. An interview with Kramer, the crazy. Ooh, okay. We will get to that in a second. But the crazy kind of stocks guy, market economy guy who has a show somewhere.
Oh,
Let's see
that
if I can
fucking
find
guy?
this. Yeah, he had an interview like a few years ago talking about this exact thing. Yes, 2006. Get this up. This is on Reddit videos. Ew, that's gross. Um, but he admitted to how he manipulated the short selling market back in 2006. So this is not a new thing. People have known about this for a very long time. But I thought it was really interesting to see, how long ago this was a thing and the kinds of people who were getting involved with it. I thought that was interesting, at least.
Hmm.
Hmm. It's like that the thonk emoji.
Thonk.
Thonk.
Less stonks,
The
more
other
thonk.
piece that I just saw here is that Biden has apparently approved $230 million for COVID home test kits. Are
Oh,
95% accurate and take about 15 minutes.
oh shit.
So good shit.
Yeah. That's going to save a lot of fucking people's time. Um, my mother's job won't let her into their job unless they like have like if they're gone for like any extended period of time they can't come back without a COVID test. And of course COVID testing is
Yep.
a fucking nightmare to get right now.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. Are those going to be on the market or how do you get your hands on one? Did they say yet?
Is a good question. Let me see. This is part of the DoD and the Department of Health and Services awarded an Australian-based company $230 million to scale up the manufacturing of their at-home COVID test kits. The company is called Illum. They received emergency use authorization from the FDA in December for their product. Da, da, da. So it looks like money from the studio would scale up manufacturing of the at-home tests so it can be more accessible to Americans. The test is offered over the counter at $30 per kit and sends the results to one's phone. With the money, they'll be able to produce 19 million test kits per month by the end of the year, 8.5 million of which were guaranteed for the federal government. The company would ship 100,000 at-home test kits to the United States per month from February to July. When the company received emergency use authorization in December, it was manufacturing only about 16,000 per day. So this is partly an investment in the company to the tune of $230 million for the ramp up production and also an exclusivity thing. So it doesn't look like there's confirmation as to how they'll be distributed since they don't really have that yet. But when they do, I'm sure they'll be working towards that.
Good.
Yeah.
So this is what it's like when the government cares about the fucking pandemic.
Yeah, I saw a good comment that was talking about how it's um, in response to this, it's February 1st, and Biden has already done more in February to do more than Trump did in the entire month of February in 2020.
Damn. Can you believe it's almost been a year of having to deal with this shit?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Remember
But
when people said it was going to be gone by July?
yeah,
I want my fucking money back. I didn't even spend money listening to that.
I'd just be happy to get one $600 check.
Shit, fam.
But nah, get fucked, former dependents
Yeah.
and individuals between the age of 17 and about 24.
That hurts.
Yep. Thankfully, we should be getting that on our taxes this year. But the IRS went ahead and swooped in and changed the start date for federal filing. So that was nice of them.
What's the new date? I forget.
I don't remember. I think they moved it from when it normally is in January to February 15th, I want to say. Let me see if I can find it.
I'm just waiting on one last thing. I'm going to start banging out my taxes.
Yep, February 12th.
Okay. We should do a tax special.
Yeah.
Yeah, get some of that sweet fucking YouTube revenue of teaching people how to do their taxes.
I leaked my social security number to the internet, not clickbait.
So you're going to want to use the social security number. For example, mine's 333333.
Apparently,
Yes.
Myanmar had a coup,
Yes, that is the other
like
big
like an
story I
an,
was
an
alluding to.
actual coup by their military.
Yes, that's the other story I was alluding to with the Kong versus Godzilla joke.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find like the actual. So the Myanmar military has seized power after detaining Aung San Suu Kyi and other democratically elected leaders. The troops are patrolling the streets and a nighttime curfew is enforced with a 1 year state of emergency declared.
Damn.
President Joe Biden has raised threats of new sanctions, with the UN and UK also condemning the coup. Army alleges that the recent landslide elections by Ms. Suu Kyi's party was marred by fraud. She urged supporters to protest against the coup.
Man, doesn't that sound familiar?
Mm-hmm.
I saw like there was someone on Twitter live tweeting what's going on in their capital right now. It's kind of fucked up.
Yep. I was just reading that. I guess I'll be live tweeting a coup now, said former Reuters journalist I Min That. Bant.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Which good on her. That kind of shit needs to be preserved for history.
Things are still pretty quiet right now, though people are awake and scared. I've been fielding calls since 6 a.m. from friends and relatives. The internet is in and out, and my SIM card no longer works.
Fuck.
It is said that the top army commander was in charge. The country's civilian leader, who I already said once, I'm not going to butcher their names again, along with a number of other members of her National League for Democracy Party, have been detained.
Yeah. This is just kind of scary because we almost had something like
Yep.
that in America.
Yeah. Thankfully, ours wasn't by the actual military.
No.
Uh,
Thankfully, the person that tried inciting our coup called the military a bunch of fucking losers, so they're not inclined to do him any favors.
believe they were doing the live tweeting for us. So we know exactly who they are.
You're not wrong.
Really, the only person who is not like notable individual involved in the, I don't know what to call it, seditious acts at the Capitol is this pipe bomber person.
You're right.
The FBI, I was reading the other day that the FBI upped the reward for information to $100,000 now
Oh
because
shit.
they apparently still don't have any solid leads. They've also confirmed that the pipe bombs were placed the night before, which is like very clearly premeditated.
Oh yeah. They're not involved with the Capitol riots, are they?
But we
Other.
don't know. We think they are,
Yeah.
but we don't know. It was sort of by chance that the pipe bombs were actually discovered when they were discovered because they were discovered ahead of time and were able to be taken care of by someone who was like doing their laundry and kind of literally stumbled upon them.
Oh, it's just a pipe bomb. That's
Like,
quaint.
yeah, like seriously, I read part of an interview with them that was like that, and that was literally it. It was just like, well, shit, I was gonna do my laundry, but I guess I'm calling the FBI now.
Uh, go to Martha's Brook Club or fucking talk to the feds. Hard choice.
Yeah. Hey, if it's Martha Stewart, maybe you get to do both.
Oh shit. I'm just saying. Big brain thought right here, right?
Yes.
Where was Martha Stewart on the day of the Capitol riots?
He was committing stock fraud
Oh, you're
or
right.
whatever. No, no, wait. She got arrested for lying to the feds. And that's the thing that a lot of people don't realize with Martha Stewart's case is that she wasn't arrested for what she was accused of doing because she didn't do that. She was arrested for lying to the FBI,
Yeah, that's pretty fucked
which
up.
is true of a lot of things. A lot of the people who were involved with the Trump, Russia, I don't know what to call it, bullshit. They weren't arrested because they committed like explicit crimes. They were arrested because they lied to the FBI. Like, just don't lie to the FBI, especially when you haven't actually done anything illegal yet.
That's something I'm definitely going to tell my kids when they're eventually a thing. Remember, kids, lie and the FBI will hunt you down.
Yeah. It has been surreal. There's a billboard on my way home from work that's like a digital one, and they cycle through a bunch of different ads, and one of them is an FBI hotline ad. You know, if you see anything, if you know anything, call number with information, and it's pretty fucking surreal.
That's weird. We don't have that out
Yeah,
here.
but you'd think, but apparently it's on 131, just south of you guys.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
That's so weird, man. I love it.
yeah, it's surreal. But it's good because that's been one of the ways that a lot of these people have been arrested.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm pretty
People
sure they're
whose
hammering on the.
spouses,
Go on.
I was gonna say people whose spouses or children who don't approve of how these people have, arguably changed over the last few years with this QAnon bullshit, have been turning them in like, yeah, I know my dad was there. Fuck that guy. He's an asshole, kind of shit.
Okay, several things about QAnon I've heard about lately. I read a post the other day about a man getting divorced because of his faith in QAnon, which like ruined his
I saw
family.
something similar.
What?
I believe I saw the same post.
Yeah, that was a sad story to read.
Yeah.
And it makes me really scared for like all the people who are like watching the QAnon flag get burnt down right now, and how many lives that's affecting further and further. Two, um, fuck, what was number two? I forgot. Damn it. Don't join a cult, kids.
Don't join a cult.
Q was never real.
Especially a dumb one. Don't join a cult that was made by 4chan as a joke.
So you're saying Scientology is totally on the menu, though?
I mean, at least that's religion.
True. Are you saying you have not accepted Q as your Lord and Savior?
No, not yet.
Oh, are you more of an R kind of guy?
What?
Because the next letter is R.
Oh. No, I prefer Old Testament. I go with P.
Oh shit. Good on you, man. Good on you.
As I was saying here, the BBC has a 3-minute video titled "Have U.S. Police Departments Become Too Militarized?" And the fact that it's just not 3 minutes of just the word "yes" in big letters is a kind of a shame.
Uh, oh, I remember now. Um, did you hear about the 9-year-old that got tased and handcuffed by the U.S. military? Not sorry, military. Police.
One sec.
Oh, okay.
Got a DM there. Um, Say that again.
So there was apparently a story that just broke out about a 9-year-old that got beaten up by the police, like handcuffed and pepper sprayed.
I don't know if I've heard that.
It was trendy on Twitter. Also, apparently, a whole bunch of those Capitol rioters weren't actually registered voters.
That's kind of amusing.
Isn't it? It's fucking
Yeah.
brilliant.
My favorite is the person who stole uh, a laptop that they believed belonged to Nancy Pelosi to try to sell to the Russian government.
How'd that go?
They were very much arrested by the FBI.
Damn. It's almost like that's treason.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Treason is hard. Treason is a hard one to prove, but selling what you believe is confidential information to a foreign government seems pretty clear cut.
You think, but actually, uh, Russia is our ally, so we're just giving them tips. It's just a little gossip.
Yeah.
What's a little gossip to national relations?
One of the other stories I was hearing about, I'm gonna try and look this up. Apparently SpaceX had a launch failure recently.
Oh shit.
When was that one? I could have sworn I was reading about an explosion that happened.
You mean like the explosion in Dogecoin? Oh.
Oh,
Oh no. I guess that wasn't the only explosion Elon caused this week.
apparently I might be wrong. I could have sworn I saw something. Maybe I misread it. I thought one of his rockets blew up.
Okay.
But the FAA is apparently investigating SpaceX after they violated their launching license. They said, "Oh, okay, so this is just a bad headline." Elon Musk's SpaceX violated its launch license in explosive Starship test, triggering an FAA probe. So let me do a quick Control F. Explosive. SpaceX's first high altitude test flight of its Starship rocket, which launched successfully but exploded in a botched landing attempt in December, violated the terms of its FAA license, according to two people familiar with the incidents. Both the landing explosion and license violation prompted a formal investigation by the FAA, driving regulators to put extra scrutiny on Musk's hasty Mars rocket test campaign. So it exploded on landing in December. So it's not exactly new, but the FAA investigation into it is.
Fun on a bun.
One of the really weird things that I've noticed is where quality news has started to come from in like an unbiased sense, because you can get some quality news from most mainstream sources. They're really good for quick news, breaking news, but for long form stuff, they kind of suck lately, you know?
Yeah.
But places like The Verge, and one of the other ones is like Vanity Fair Junior or something like that.
What the
Vanity
hell?
Fair in general has been putting out really high quality investigative pieces lately, and it's kind of weird, I'm not gonna lie.
I feel like journalism, and don't listen to me, I'm just a guy with a degree in journalism, but I feel like journalism has turned into such a dog eat dog world that literally any good content can come from anywhere, and reputation is no longer a thing to consider with companies, but rather with individuals on themselves and their own merits as journalists, entirely individualized away from their branding under a media outlet.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Gotta get that. What is it that is it Jim Sterling started with SEO juice?
Oh, did you hear about Jim Sterling?
No, I haven't followed any of his stuff in like 3 years because I got really tired of him really quick.
Yeah, no, I did too. They had a little bit of a change happen in their life.
Oh, really?
Yeah, notice how I'm using the word they.
They. Oh, like that
Like
kind
that.
of change? Okay.
Yeah. I think
Good
their
for them.
name is now Jim Stephanie. Um,
Interesting.
yeah, this is literally something that someone just brought up to my attention one night, and I'm like, neat. That really sounds like Jim. Yeah. What you looking at?
I'm seeing if I can confirm how they identify for confirmation.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of working on as well.
Apparently, they are not trans, but they are non-binary.
That's why I was feeling the word they was very safe.
Yes. They also have. Oh, wait, what? But then on their Twitter profile is they them pan and trans gender trash in non-binary finery.
Okay.
Indie wrestling supervillain.
Okay.
They have their location set to the gender dumpster.
Okay.
Honestly, this is one of the reasons why I personally stopped following them because they make good jokes and it is entertaining. But for every entertaining joke, there is a very cringy joke. And I just couldn't take it anymore.
I totally agree. And
It just got kind of like, really?
despite the good journalism they do,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Really good journalism.
yeah,
But like, cut the jokes in half and keep the good ones, please.
yeah. No, doing joke humor with journalism is a very fucking fine line.
It is.
Yeah, look at this show. We're fucking cringe lords talking about this shit. It's not easy. One of the few people that do it right is Internet Historian.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
And it's because he only puts out like one thing every other month.
Yeah. Oh, he's already tackling the GameStop stock story.
Yep, I saw that.
Beautiful. I'm excited for that one.
Did you see his latest in the field?
No, what was the in the field?
Fashion.
Fashion, turn to the
Yes.
left. Fashion, turn to the right. Fashion, beep beep.
It's very entertaining.
We
I
are the
love the stuff,
juice
this
gonna
collaboration stuff.
coming
It's
for
just good.
you. Beep beep. Sorry, I had to sing Bowie.
Oh, good.
Cool. Anyway, yeah,
Yeah.
internet. My fellow Zoomers. Okay, I know like my age is always on like the tip of the iceberg for what's considered Zoomer nowadays.
Hmm.
But then I realize everybody considers Tom fucking Holland a Zoomer, and he's a month older than me.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the thing is that like I don't personally consider myself a Zoomer,
Yeah,
but I totally am,
yeah, we are.
like just by definition.
hmm We may not embrace the culture 100% of the way, but it's our generation, unfortunately.
Yep. It just is.
Yeah. So, mom, dad, please stop calling me a fucking filthy millennial. I'm Zkin.
What really sort of made me realize that I was a Zoomer and not a millennial was the internet historian. Which one was that? One of his videos where he calls himself a Zoomer. I think it's the serious business one when
Oh,
he starts talking about like brands on Twitter.
yes.
Yeah. And he's like, he says something along the lines of such as Zoomers like myself. And I'm just like, wait a fucking minute. You do not look young enough or sound young enough to be a Zoomer. And then I was like, finding out, holy shit, that means me.
Wait, how old is Internet Historian?
Apparently about similar age to us, if not much older. If he's a Zoomer and not a millennial.
It doesn't help that he uses that fucking Herald avatar.
Yes. Yes. Technically, because of the Herald avatar, that makes him a VTuber.
Oh shit, you're right. He's my favorite VTuber.
Yes. Actually, there's. Do you follow Smeto Media? Guy who does the some of the in the fields with.
I do not, but go on.
Okay, I've started following him because of Internet Historian, and he does sort of they started off weekly. They're not really weekly anymore because of a few different things, but he does these like meme like this week in memes kind of thing.
Yes.
And he did one on VTubers. And apparently, Yandere Dev made a VTuber for himself and
No.
just started streaming with it. And somebody asked, why is there a pink anime girl on the bottom of the screen? And he said, because having a pair of anime titties on the corner of the screen is better for viewers than not having a pair of pink anime titties in the corner of the screen.
Fuck it. We need our own VTuber avatars.
Do we? Apparently, you can get them
Maybe?
pretty cheap.
I I was just gonna draw up our own, but
Oh well, you have to do them right. You need like face mapping and software.
We are a fucking podcast on little to no budget.
We'll just do two frames like they do the Canadians in South Park.
Oh
Mouth
shit.
closed and mouth open.
Yes.
That's it.
And not only will the episodes get way more longer, just because of the whole mouth flips to edit.
Yes.
Oh, it's gonna be shit. I love it. Hot shit.
There was actually a podcast I was watching. Do you follow Loading Ready Run?
No, tell me more.
They do a whole bunch of stuff. I follow them mostly for their Magic the Gathering content. They do what's called the pre-release, where Wizards of the Coast sends them pre-release kits early so they can film themselves drafting or opening and building decks with it. And it's just a fun thing they do for each of the new sets. But they also do a bunch of other just general social media-ish stuff, including a whole bunch of podcasts. And I started watching one that they did about all of the Bond movies. They went through and they rewatched all of the James Bond movies in anticipation of the new one that's coming up. And they called the podcast From Rewatch with Love. It was very entertaining. They have a really good style that they use. I'm just going to pull a random frame up here. See if I can find one where they have sort of screen snap a avatars, I guess you could say, for themselves that they had drawn up. And then rather than trying to animate anything, they have their different mic channels synced up to an outline around them. So the outline moves when either of them are speaking. And it's really
Oh,
effective for seeing which one is speaking when, just sort of at a glance, and sort of adding a bit of extra visual flair to an otherwise still screen for the podcast.
honestly, I've wanted like a just a sound wave going on ours, just to
Hmm.
have more of a visual element.
Yeah.
Because in our early episodes, I used to have GIFs to have like
Yep.
the visual element, but
Yeah.
fuck those. Those got a little too tiresome to watch for like an hour and a
Yeah,
half.
I could see how that would get a bit much. I really like this. It's just a really creative way of basically having that just a sort of sound wave running all the time, but it feels a bit more interactive, I guess.
Oh no, I totally get it.
It's pretty
It
cool.
brings them to life,
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
as opposed to our fucking avatars that I'm looking at right now on my end of the screen doing absolutely nothing. I'm just staring longingly into your eyes, and you're staring like at the show
Longingly at my
title.
Kickstart.
Oh, I should redraw your eyes then.
Yes, I need my beard back now too. It's growing back in.
Fuck. Okay, I'm just gonna make two versions of your sprite, and then you can just
You
tell me.
probably should. Beard on, beard off.
Yes.
Just
Oh,
make a beard overlay, and then you
there,
can just
there you
turn
go.
it on and off in OBS.
Yes, there. I'm gonna do that now. I'm gonna get like a bad PNG, and then just.
Yes, perfect.
Oh shit. Okay,
I love it.
gotta find it.
So I am curious, what is your opinions on the Lincoln Project?
Oh shit. I don't feel like I understand that well enough to have an opinion.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
I am very at the moment. It is an enemy of my enemy is my friend kind of thing.
Fair assessment.
But they're still my enemy.
Yeah.
That's where I am right now. And they've made a lot of really good hit pieces on some of the particularly shitty Republicans.
Yes.
But yeah, apparently one of their co-founders has been disavowed by the Lincoln Project
Can we tell what the
after
Lincoln
being
Project is for?
okay. Yes,
Yep.
so the Lincoln Project is basically, I don't want to call them a think tank. I think that's a bit too generous. They are I guess they technically make propaganda. Yeah,
Yeah. No, they're a propaganda
yeah,
factory.
they're a
Which.
propaganda factory, and they make really good propaganda. Like,
Oh
all
hell
credit to
yeah.
them, they're really good at their job. They are
They're a great case
conservative
study.
AF. They are. They make really good conservative propaganda up until recently.
Yes.
With the like in the last year particularly, because they've always done this to an extent. They are very set as to what their principles are, which I can respect. With the recent movements involving Trump and QAnon and where the Republican Party has gone, in about the last year, they have started to publish propaganda pieces, videos predominantly, targeting what would essentially be members of their own party. Trump, Ted Cruz, a whole bunch of others. They did a really good one on Josh Hawley this week. It was very interesting to watch. Very good. Very well done. And they are just kind of they're good at what they do, you know?
Yeah.
The Democrats need to hurry the fuck up and get their own version of it because give it 4 years if all this Q stuff just sort of fades away and the Republican Party goes back to where it is, they're going to be in trouble because they're not going to be on the same side anymore.
I don't fucking understand the Democrats right now because,
Yep.
like, it feels like, okay, I'm saying this about both parties, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, Republicans and Democrats, gang up on me right now. I fucking dare you. Um, there is so much mixed advertising amongst both parties of like what they fucking want to be, and
Yep.
it's shit.
Yep.
You have
Totally
actual
agree.
intellectualism on both sides, don't get me wrong, but then you have fucking kids in the corner eating on bricks on the other
Yep.
side.
Yep. I'm hoping that with new our generation politicians like AOC, what's her name, Rashida Tlaib, and John Ossoff, actually young people who are below the age of fucking 40, that will start to change.
Can I add Peter Meyer to that list? Because he's been growing on
Yes,
me.
absolutely. Yes,
Yeah.
I agree. I started following him on Twitter as well
Yeah, he's
because
fucking good.
he's been hitting some home runs lately.
Yeah, no, I'm glad I voted for him. It was him or
Yep.
John James. I think I made a
Oh
good
yeah,
choice.
like no question there.
John James had no fucking principles. All he
Nope.
wanted to do was just be Daddy Trump's boy.
Yep. 100%.
Yes.
Yeah. It's been really good seeing him come into his own more.
Yeah, no. I enthusiastically wait for more for Peter Meyer's career to see more what he's capable of.
Yep. More Bernie Sanders, less I don't remember her fucking name. That bitch from California.
Oh, I thought you were talking about that other one that like was chasing after a kid with a gun.
That's
Yeah, did you not hear about that complete embarrassment of a congresswoman?
which one?
She's got like
Are
the
we
weird M
talking?
name.
Oh yeah, yeah. MTG.
MTG. Yes, Magic the Gathering.
Jewish space laser lady.
Yes. Fuck
Oh my
that.
god. Marjorie Taylor Greene?
That might be it. I refuse to pronounce her name.
It's yes, that is who it is. Oh my god. She is actually certifiable.
Yeah.
Like, no joke, at the peak of the California wildfires, she put out on social media to some degree that she believed that the wildfires were started by space lasers controlled by the Jewish people.
Hell yeah. Tell me
Like,
more of that truth.
we have gone past internet nut jobs to just straight up anti-Semitism, and it's all come full circle.
QAnon was too tame for her.
Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing.
Oh shit. And we thought Mitch McConnell was a problem. Imagine if she got the power that Mitch McConnell had.
God help us.
God help us indeed. God can't help you then. Oh, wild. This is also
So
wild.
yeah, there's been talk of having her removed from her position in Congress. Motions have been made. Nothing has actually happened yet.
Just remember, everybody, these are public servants and you must bully
Yes.
them.
Getting back to the Lincoln Project, though.
Yes, sorry.
So one of their co-founders has been accused of sending unsolicited, overtly sexual messages to several men.
Go on.
And he has since been disavowed from the Lincoln Project.
Oh shit.
They have released a statement labeling him a predator, a liar, and an abuser. Without admitting specifics, Weaver, the person implicated, John Weaver, apologized for the pain he caused by living a deeply closeted life.
Go on.
That's pretty much it.
Nice. I love it.
Weaver has been accused by several young men working in politics of aggressive and unwanted online behavior. In the most explicit messages, he offered professional and personal assistance to the men in exchange for sex, according to an investigation by the New York Times. Yep.
Way to let your
Where
freak flag
is? Oh,
fly?
here we
Question
go.
mark.
On Sunday, the Lincoln Project assailed him for his deplorable and predatory behavior. John Weaver led a secret life that was built on a foundation of deception at every level. We extend our deepest sympathies to those who were targeted by this deplorable and predatory behavior. We are disgusted and outraged that someone in a position of power and trust would use it for these means.
Good.
Yep.
Good. Yeah, that's all I got to say. Um, I'm currently looking through beard PNGs for you.
Good.
I'm going
I'm
to,
waiting with bated breath.
yeah, I'm going to find some wildly inappropriate beard, by the way.
Oh shit, apparently silver has been the latest target of this GameStop stuff.
Oh shit.
On Monday, silver rose by 11% to $30 an ounce, while shares in some mining firms were up as much as 60%.
Okay.
Yeah, this is one of the things that it starts to get questionable once it gets to these different things, is that some users are speculating whether or not these are legitimate or whether it's just people trying to ride the fervor for their own benefit.
Oh, I'm almost certain it's people riding.
Yeah. Because there's been other stocks that were talked about too, and it's just like, excuse me, no, those aren't real. It's just people trying to basically pump and dump using the internet.
Oh, hell yeah.
Skimming through headlines now. It snowed. That was fun to drive
Ooh.
in through on yesterday. I had to drive into work yesterday morning, and it was the slowest I've ever gone on 131.
Yeah, that's gotta be scary. I remember I went during the blizzard last year. No, 2019's big blizzard. I was driving down 131.
Yep. Thankfully, I didn't have to drive in it while it was snowing, but there was still like a good. It was down to like one lane each way on the highway, only two tracks of not even really bare, kind of slushy asphalt.
I remember going down 131. It was like midnight when I was on the road, so there was like no one
Mm.
out, but
Yep.
you could not tell which side of the road you were on.
Yep. Yeah, because you can't see the markings. You're just driving where other people have driven recently.
Oh yeah, I went down 25 on 131, so
Yep.
that's a
I
new
think I
low.
peaked at 45.
Ooh, you dangerous rascal!
But I had to drive a long way though. It sucked.
I'm sure. I think I had the luxury of knowing I was going home, so I wasn't under any
That's
like
true.
deadline. So
Yeah, my drive into work is I can usually do it in 32 minutes, 30 if I catch the lights right. And it took me an hour.
damn.
It sucked.
So I watched a movie.
Yep.
Yeah. Uh,
Which movie?
so my new goal this year is to try watching a new original movie, not based off anything, um,
Okay.
every week this year.
Okay.
Yeah. So I started off right with the film Kung Fu Hustle.
Yes.
Have you seen that movie?
I have not, but I have heard plenty about it.
It is gloriously stupid. It is the kind of stupid that I really want to rewatch with a whole bunch of friends just to see their fucking reaction to. It is
Yep.
like a Kung Fu Looney Tunes cartoon.
That is how I've heard it described, yes.
Yes, there's straight up a road runner chase sequence in this film. And it's very sincere in its stupidity.
Mhm.
It knows it's fucking ridiculous, but it just knows you want to
Yes.
watch some goddamn action.
But this is also the one where all the action is like legit. It's not like people who don't know what they're doing. The people who are involved in this know what the fuck they're doing, and
Yes.
it looks like it.
Yes. It's
Yes,
like
I have heard about this. Absolutely.
yeah, it's like sitting at 90 on Rotten Tomatoes. I was telling my girlfriend about this, and she's like, "This sounds like the cheesiest, worst movie since The Room." And I'm like, "But it's good. It's so good."
So you know the I think she's like a landlady.
Yes.
She was a Bond girl.
No way.
Yes. Like 25, 30 years before this, she was not like in the way we would know it today. She had a much smaller role, but she was an actress in a Bond movie as a martial arts, I guess, expert. And yeah, it's
She
just like,
fucking killed
what?
it.
Yeah, no, I've seen that scene. It's really good.
The Bond, okay, the landlady is probably my favorite character in that whole movie, by the way.
Yes.
Yes. There's this really fucking stupid knife scene that I keep thinking about, and it makes me giggle like a little girl every time I think about it.
Okay.
Where they're trying to kill, like these two criminals are trying to kill the landlady, right?
Yep.
So he starts off by trying to throw a knife and like hit her in the back and like attack her from behind.
Yep.
Knife ends up ricocheting off some piece of metal and gets him right in the shoulder. Classic like slapstick, right?
Yep.
So his friend goes up. He's like, "Oh, don't worry, I'll get him." He starts like pulling it back so that he can like build the momentum to throw it forward, but it slips out of his hand and gets his friend in the other shoulder. And he's like, "Okay, this time I won't let go." Does it again, and the fucking blade falls off the handle and gets the guy back in the shoulder again.
Nice.
Peak comedy, as far as I'm concerned. I was on the floor laughing. I'm trying to enjoy life, damn it.
Have you seen The Prestige?
I have not. Tell me more.
I would very recommend looking it up for your film watching. It is a the way that I like to hear it described as is like Batman and Wolverine fighting, but by doing using magic to do so.
Go on.
It is a sort of like thriller drama, kind of psychological horror ish, but not really. It's much more on the like sci-fi make you think kind of side of horror.
Ooh, sci fi does make me think.
And the idea of it is that there is two magicians played by Hugh Jackman and shit, I can't remember his name. I'm just gonna look it up. See if I can find a good synopsis. Hugh Jackman and Christian Bale played the two leads. They start off as, I guess you'd say, friends in their roles as both like seconds to a more primary magician. And I believe it's Hugh Jackman. His girlfriend is also a part of the same show. So it's like three of them. And one of the stunts goes wrong. His girlfriend drowns as a result of it. And Hugh Jackman's character blames Christian Bale for that. Uh, it also, and you'll like this, you'll like the second one, but I like Michael Caine a lot. He is in it. It also has playing Nikola Tesla, David Bowie.
Fuck yes! Yes.
It's amazing. The whole movie is amazing, and it goes through their arcs from the start of it as they become magicians of their own rights, and they sort of go tit for tat, taking jabs at each other, sabotaging each other's magic to the point where it starts to get into the sci-fi, like real magic kind of things, and it gets kind of weird, but it's very good.
It does
It's
sound good.
like it's like the kind of movie where you have to watch it two or three times to pick up and understand everything, which I kind of really like
I have
because there's
this
so many like small details.
I have this general rule that you can watch a movie up to 5 times and still get something new out of it.
Yep.
Because there's the actual story of the movie, the
Yep.
mise en scènes you can pay attention to, the score, the cinematography, and then there's just like lighting that you can pay attention to. And like those
Yep.
5 elements, you can just focus a whole movie watch on that and still find something new every time.
Yep. So yeah, if you're looking for an original movie, I highly recommend it. It's directed and screenplay by Christopher Nolan, so he's just, pretty damn good in his own right.
Yeah.
It's just like a hit list of like who do we want to do movie. I have the feeling this was something that Christopher Nolan just kind of wanted to do and just called people and was like, "Hey, do you want to help?" And they were just like, "Sure, I'm free."
I got a couple Scorsese films I want to go watch. So
Mm,
I think this week I'm going to try tackling Goodfellas first.
fair, very fair.
I also want to watch Wolf on Wall Street.
Yep,
Um, then I want to do some Tarantino, but
yep.
definitely, you've enticed me on The Prestige, and if I can find it, I will watch it.
If you want to keep with the Wolf of Wall Street vibe, I would recommend The Big Short as well. Particularly relevant in today's everything.
Well, what got me thinking about The Wolf on Wall Street was the big story this week.
Yeah. So The Big Short is a film that goes through the housing crisis,
Ah,
and
shit.
it has very similar undertones with the financial system mechanisms that allowed it to happen.
That's good shit.
Yep. It's very good. It also has Christian Bale. It has Steve Carell in a serious role, and he fucking nails it. It's really cool to see him do like real acting. Just shows how good he is.
I feel like some comedians just have to go through a comedy internship before they can actually go be real actors.
Yep. It definitely gave him a sort of an in, I guess you could say,
Really.
with his comedy stuff. Yeah, his comedy stuff gave him sort of like an into Hollywood, and he's been doing a lot of much more serious things since,
Good shit.
and just doing a really good job with it. He was in Foxcatcher too, which is some boxing movie, also very serious but very well received.
Hmm.
He's not credited in it though, which is kind of weird because he's like the main person.
Oh, I also started watching WandaVision with my girlfriend.
How is that? I have heard of that but not seen it yet.
It's so it's good. I'll preface this with this. It's good. I enjoy it. I am getting something out of it. I am also a big fucking comic book nerd. So if you are a normie, get out. Anyway, um, it is everything I've wanted from the MCU for a while because it's like a psychological thriller horror, if that makes sense.
Yes, that is sort of the gist that I got from it as well.
Yeah, the newest episode, episode 4. Keep in mind, I only do this when I go over to my girlfriend's house because she has Disney Plus, so we don't
Yep,
get to watch it as new episodes come out. So we kind of just binge whatever we can when we're together.
that is fair.
Yeah. Um, episode 4 has a like mini climax where it legitimately made me super uncomfortable with an imagery that they used.
Yep,
I don't want to spoil it because obviously we don't know who's going to watch it, but
right. And it's like brand new, so that's fair.
yeah. But it is genuinely unsettling. I'll tell you like
Yep,
the first scene where I really started getting like scared of this show.
yep.
The first episode, literally the first episode, I will give no context to this scene, but there's a scene where a man is choking on something, and
Hmm.
they hold on that shot for like a minute of this man choking while his wife is saying the same phrase over and over again, like
Yes.
not paying attention to him choking. It is unsettling as fuck. And I look forward to it. My and one of my favorite MCU actors is in it. I won't tell
Nice.
who because that's a major spoiler.
Is it? Like so I guess it's not Wanda then.
I mean, Elizabeth Olsen.
Maximoff.
I have
I mean,
what?
I just mean that's like the obvious one because her name is in the title of
Oh
it.
yeah, they got the Vision back as well, but
Yep. Good old. It's not Jude Law, is it? Who plays Vision? I
I think
always
it's
get Jude
Paul
Law and
Bettany.
another actor. Yes, Paul Bettany. Yes,
Yeah,
I always get them mixed up because they do look kind of similar and they have similar voices. And they
I,
both do that sort of brooding British voiceover kind of thing.
there is an episode of WandaVision where it's like an Avengers style crossover of the most
Hmm.
obscure fucking characters in the MCU coming together.
Yep.
Literally characters who are like in one movie show up and they all like start working together.
Yep. So without giving spoilers, I have seen a bunch of talk on Twitter about a specific character who I believe is in WandaVision that people have been asking for like an entire own show based on the person.
Okay.
And there was a meme that was talking about like how one day I'm gonna tell my kids that this was Mully and Sculder and Mully. I might have that backwards. Scully and Mulder,
Okay.
but I might be wrong. I assumed it was from WandaVision, but it's I don't want to give any potential spoilers accidentally.
I don't know who you're referring to.
Let me see if I can find it. MCU.
The character I'm referring to is literally okay. He's a great comedian. Been in a couple sitcoms. Absolutely adore this man. My if I if I gave him my official title for him, I'd give it away super easy.
I
Um,
copy this image. Yes. Let me see. I think this is who it is, but I could be wrong.
yep, that is him.
Okay. Yes.
Yes, I fucking love him. He's the guy I'm talking about.
Yes. Fair enough. I won't give any more then because I don't want to spoil it for others.
Yeah, but
But
he,
I've seen talk about his role on social media.
yeah, he is one of my favorite just actors in general at the moment because he's
Yep.
just a good feel good guy.
Yep.
Yes. Okay then. Where else do we go?
Tony
Shit.
Bennett apparently has revealed he has Alzheimer's, which is sad.
Oh yeah, I heard about that before starting the show.
Yep.
Um, I mean, I love his voice.
Yeah, he's old.
Yeah,
It's not super surprising.
I think he's earned a retirement.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
He's 94. He looks really good for 94 though. Like
yeah.
straight up. He does.
Well, Betty White's 99.
Yeah, which is also amazing.
Yeah, Tony.
So keeping with the unsettling thing, I was curious to get your pick your brain on this.
Okay.
Pun very much intended. I've been seeing a lot of talk on social media and now in a BBC article about lobotomies. And
Oh
I have
shit.
no idea why. I don't know if it's like in some show that's coming up or where a lobotomy was like featured in something or something like that. But I've seen it like like too often for it to be just a coincidence in like too many conversations. And for me, the idea and like the visuals of a lobotomy are deeply unsettling. And it's been very uncomfortable to see this topic come up in like five different places, just seemingly at random
Well,
in
what
the
you
last
need to
week.
do is just stop being the bitch and just embrace getting half your brain cut off.
So I was curious if you had seen anything similar to that, or if it was
Uh,
just like me going slightly crazy.
I think you're Kyril. You're under the
Yes.
table right now. This is your
Oh
dream.
God. Oh no.
It's all coming together. You just haven't been the same since the incident.
The incident. Oh no.
As I speak right now, Doctor great. I need to go Google this. Uh, famous brain surgeon. Dr. Charlie Teo is currently inserting the scalpel into your brain right about now.
Oh no.
Yes. But don't worry, he's quite the genius. Um, he is very altruistic, and you're actually being operated on for free, so don't worry on that.
Wonderful. I mean, hey, in the US, that's a blessing on its own.
I know. It probably pays that he's Australian.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So just calm down.
Yep.
All the bad emotions will be away soon. Nothing but happy memories from now on. Ooh, woo, woo. That got a little too meta.
A little bit.
No, I've not seen anything about lobotomies.
Okay. Good. Then I can dismiss them as pure coincidence and nothing to be concerned about.
Nothing, because they'll all be over soon.
I guess that's kind of true of just like any surgery that happened before. I'm going to say 1950 because like you go back a certain amount and it's all kind of some degree of terrifying of like, holy shit, that's what they did.
Oh, yeah. No, the fucking people who say like the 50s were great
No,
always just refer
they
to the
can fuck
surgeries.
off.
Yeah.
The 50s had some great things. The 50s were not great.
No
Do
decade
you
was
like
great.
racism? Do you like women not being able to vote?
Shit,
How about no worker protections at all?
shit, fam. That's all you had to say. I voted for Trump.
We're three for three. Let's roll the die.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, we're just 10 years after a world war. Let's have some fun. We've got about
Housing
like
prices are down and everyone's prosperous because we killed millions of people.
58 more years and they'll go down again.
Gotta get in early on that one.
Oh, yeah. Well, you want to call it here for the show today?
For
Sure.
sure.
Okay. Where do you stand on Kong versus Godzilla, though?
I have no idea what you're talking about, genuinely.
There's a fucking movie coming out, Kong versus Godzilla.
Oh, Kong. I thought you were saying Congress. I was very confused.
Nope, Kong.
Okay, this is kind of confusing because if I search it into Google, it
Yeah.
comes up with like, the actual movie is titled Godzilla versus Kong.
Oh, I was wrong. Okay.
But no, because Google autocorrects it to Kong versus Godzilla, so I don't know which is accurate.
That's just the lobotomy talking.
I don't know. I have enjoyed the Godzilla movies, so as long as it's still in the same vein as those, I'll probably like it.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited.
I really liked the trail. I liked the trailer for the last one more than the actual movie. It had a really good trailer, and the movie was just okay.
Okay.
I don't get why it's going to be Godzilla versus Kong though, because the past movies have always set it up as like both of them are kind of the good guys. So like why are they fighting? You know?
East versus West.
Because this is the same Kong from Skull Island. It's the same universe as that one, isn't it?
Yeah.
So like Kong was like chill until they started to literally blow up his island. And same with Godzilla. Godzilla's just been kind of chill until everything starts to try to kill him. So like why are they fighting? I could probably watch the trailer and it'll say something, but I don't really care enough.
Yeah. This is a stupid movie that I look forward to for the
Oh
chance of
yeah,
it being
no, it'll be a
stupid.
good dumb action movie for sure.
Oh, yeah. I'm wondering who the cast is.
Millie Bobby Brown, Julia Dennison, Alexander Skarsgård, Kyle Chandler returning, Eliza Gonzalez. I don't know many of these people.
I just had a really cursed idea.
Oh, Lance Reddick. Hell yeah.
Randall Park as the voice of Godzilla. Like
Is
just
that the Randall I'm thinking of?
what? Randall Park?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know. Maybe.
He just has such an unassuming voice. It'd be hilarious to hear that come out of Godzilla.
Yeah. No, true. I will say one thing I don't like is that looking up his name, the first piece on his IMDb page that comes up as apparently important info is his star sign.
Oh God,
And I don't like that.
I don't either. Randall Park's too good for that. Randall Park is old enough to be my dad. And with that, ladies
Wait,
and
I'm sorry. There's some news here that we need to cover real quick. Apparently, Randall Park has already been vaccinated against COVID-19 after joining a trial at home while, quote, bored.
damn,
So he joined a trial because he was bored and, like, forgot. Or maybe, I guess maybe he just found out the trial was successful. So now he knows he's good.
good on you, Randall.
Okay, yeah, he was kept in the dark because of the study. So he
Oh,
was among a number of celebrities who oh no, sorry, that's a different thing. Yeah, he wasn't aware because that's just kind of part of that's how studies work. You can't exactly tell people what you're doing all the time.
okay.
You can't tell someone they're getting the fake COVID vaccine, right?
No,
So you can't tell people when they're getting the real one.
okay.
That's what I got.
Well, in the meantime, I'm Neef Miss Orion, and I've been a Schmo.
I'm Garland. I've been Schmo.
And this has been the Randall Park Fan Show. Get your vaccines.